Welcome to the corner, beautiful people. Big Driip signing in, man. And it feels exhausting coming off the month that me and my co-host, dare I say my friend, the one and only Light Drizzle, had for the month of November. It was insanity. I mean, for God's sakes, we were invaded by Darkseid himself. He came, he had mother boxes and some more, boom tubes and some more. It was crazy, it was terrifying, but yet so riveting. You know? I know what it feels like to be that girl from 50 Shades of Grey, right? Like you're being tortured and whipped, and shackled, butt stuff, but like it's riveting and exciting. And, you know, makes my hair stand up and my nipples hard. You know,
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Yeah, that's one way to definitely say it.
I feel like you're gonna edit that out.
No.
Butt stuff.
As you said, my name's T.Y.
Drizzle.
Happy to be here again today. If everything goes right, that'll be 3 shows for me today. 3 shows.
Oh my goodness!
Nothing
What a
but
busy
time.
boy!
Yes.
What a busy boy!
Nothing but time. This morning, I got to sit down and have a Mark Pellegrino who plays Supernatural's Lucifer on. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way we wanted, and
That's all right.
he had to do it a little bit earlier than we had anticipated, but we still got the interview done, and it was a really fun time.
So just to clarify, Drizzle was dolo for that. But like when he said, it wasn't like we anticipated a much later day, so I could be present. But that being said, as we had discussed, this is really Drizzle's thing anyways, right? Like I've seen a handful of episodes of Supernatural, but like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? So it honestly, it was appropriate for it to be just you and Lucifer. Coming into the future as we start to blow up and we get bigger, we're going to have to get used to stuff like that, right? We're not always going to be together. We're going to have to interview some people on our own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so learning experience was had today.
Yes, sir.
Whew,
And dare I say, well done.
Yeah, no, it was a good effort and good try, and I had a really good time. And,
Word.
Once the episode's published and watchable, I didn't leave it in there, but he said that he's more than welcome to come into the studio once COVID's over.
Yeah.
As well as go sightseeing in Boston with us.
Yeah, so I had a question for you. A little birdie had told me, I heard a rumor that he had placed an order for BFF bracelets, and one of those bracelets may or may not say Light Drizzle on it.
Yeah.
Can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
That
it's
order-
confirmed.
Yeah.
Light Drizzle is best friends with Lucifer.
Yeah. But we got to talking about a lot of stuff. Everything from Lost to Supernatural to Trump to COVID to anti-bullying.
Oh my goodness! He runs a campaign, right, for anti-bullying. Good for you, man.
So
Good for you.
this conversation just all around the world.
Yeah,
and
but
back.
you get a little feel for. Clearly, he's passionate about it, right? You invite him on the show as an actor from Supernatural, but instead he decides to talk about his anti-bullying campaign.
Yeah,
meaning he's very passionate about it. So
Yeah.
it's not a joke to him, and he takes it very seriously. Clearly.
Yeah, it was really fun though. And I'm very humble.
Good.
And I feel very grateful, and I respect the man truly. By the way, it's been what a week. What a week it's been for news, for movies,
Seriously.
for TV.
Seriously.
It's it's good that we're coming back and we're back to normal, and this is
Yeah.
the week we get to start with.
So, dude, I have a huge. So as you guys know, if you're following us on Facebook and Insta and Twitter, you'll know that we just posted some info about HBO Max and the 5 or 6 movies announced to be directly streamed to HBO Max, and I spent a solid hour 15 minutes on just getting details about these movies. So much info has been released lately. We've been busy with the guest appearances and whatnot, so just like a giant stack of info has been falling on our shoulders.
Definitely. And I mean, so I remember when, I forget if it was Quick Dip, right? I believe that we said that Wonder Woman being released simultaneously in theaters and HBO Max is going to change everything.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Not even a week later, everything's changed.
Yeah.
I mean...
You saw that meme I posted earlier? It's the if you guys don't know, I'll describe it in words. It's the meme of it's a funeral, right? And it's the tombstone, and my man's kneeled down, throwing up the peace sign. He's like throwing up gang signs. You know what I'm talking about? That meme.
Yeah.
So it was that, and the tombstone said movie theaters, and it was WB posting like word, because they're gonna succeed regardless. I mean, again. 5 or 6 movies, not including Wonder Woman, were announced for streaming blockbuster movies. Big movies. The Matrix 4, Godzilla vs. Kong, Dune, Suicide Squad. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that meme that you're talking about, that's Grant Gustin's Flash, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
That's the CW Flash, and he's at Green Arrow's funeral.
Why is he doing that?
That was like a...
Oh.
That wasn't actually in the show.
Oh, all right.
But that's after Crisis and Arrow dies.
Okay. Yeah. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, so...
'Cause I was unaware of that.
Yeah, as if you were ever going to go watch
No,
it.
I wasn't. I have zero intentions of watching the CW's DC run. I am curious about Crisis, though.
Crisis was all right.
I'm honestly
curious. It was a lot. It was too much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys a little list of what we'll be talking about today.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's nice to be back.
I know. Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good.
So we got the HBO Max topic.
Yes.
The Snyder Cut.
Again.
Gets a rumored time frame for 2021.
Which I doubt.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ooh. I have the high ground.
We'll be filming close to home.
Where will they be filming?
Wonder Woman. Her runtime. Some Hawkeye set photos and videos dropped. A new episode of The Mandalorian is out right now. His Dark Materials is off to a great start. And then what do you got going on today?
So you guys heard me mention this before, but I am gonna get into Black Clover. I have been dying to talk to you guys about this show, y'all. Oh my god, the past couple episodes have just absolutely blown me away. So for Anime Anarchy, I'm gonna get into that. As far as getting into gaming, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got a whole bunch of nothing for you guys right now. Honestly, I haven't bought the PS5 yet, so I am not up to date on my gaming. I'm sorry, but I just won't buy the PS5 yet. I'm gonna get it Christmas. I'm sorry, but I have to wait. It's my one rule. When consoles come out, I do not buy them right off rip. That being said, because I know you guys just want to hear me talk and hear about my perspective on things, I will talk about the games I'm currently playing, which is mainly Doom Eternal and the Resident Evil 2 remake. Please don't laugh at me. I know I'm far behind, but still a lot of fun, and I still would like to talk to you guys about it. That being said, Drizzle, take the lead.
Yeah. Also, we're going to be spotlighting, we're going to have a little fun today.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So we're going to do like a 25-minute talk. We're going to bring Jack in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're switching back to Zoom for today.
Just for the last 25 minutes or so.
And we'll spotlight Batman's psyche.
Ooh.
And what it feels like to be the Bat on the edge of insanity.
Yes.
On a constant basis.
If you ask me, he's fallen off already a long time ago.
Yes.
There's no way this man is fully sane, but we're going to save that. I'm not going to start talking about that yet because I'm excited. I slipped my mind that we were going to talk about it today, but I am excited. I've been waiting to talk about that. That's something me and Drizzle discussed talking about before we even aired the first episode. So I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, it's only 120 days later.
Yep.
So let's get into it.
Get in.
So because of all the breaking news that came out this week, unfortunately today I'm just going to combine breaking news and TV because most of the breaking news is TV related. I mean, it's TV and movies, but You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That gives you a little bit more time with some anime.
Yeah.
And that gives us a lot more time with the Batman thing towards the end.
And I also have a ginormous list for all those HBO Max movies releasing, so we'll spend a solid time on that.
Okay, all right, so actually we'll do that last then.
Okay.
And I'll just run through everything else, and then we'll focus that. Okay, sounds good.
Cool beans.
All right, so the Snyder Cut, Warner Brothers has slightly confirmed it. Slightly. I wouldn't say it's 100% confirmed.
Yeah.
However, when we talked to Matt at Lightcast, him and Taylor seemed to think that the Snyder Cut will come out in March. Rumor has it, and something, I guess, Warner Brothers confirmed somewhat, is that it's going to be early 2021.
Yes.
So that's definitely lining up with that March release date.
Yes.
Now, that's very good news HBO Max is just killing the game right now.
They really are. It's insane.
They're looking over at Disney and with what Disney's got coming out, and they're like, all right, well, let's go.
Yeah, they're puffing up their chest. Yeah, this is straight competition right now. This is like, remember Nintendo and Sega when they were going at it? That's basically what we got going on right now with HBO Max and Disney Plus. Like, HBO Max is coming at Disney's neck. Warner Brothers, Disney has been, for the past, decade, has just been dominating everything. Warner Brothers ain't having it no more.
No, they're like, you know what? It's time to put up a fight, and I think the HBO Max platform gives them that fight. It definitely puts an oomph in their step.
Yeah.
And I mean, now that they've kind of hit their rhythm with the DCEU.
Yep. They're getting there.
Yeah. And I mean, they got Dune coming out, Matrix 4. What's the other one?
Godzilla vs. Kong. Mortal
Kombat. These movies are good films.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. They're good properties.
Yes.
And
very true.
The potential earnings there is very fat.
Yeah.
Next things up is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. After being somewhat deaded, it looks like it's back alive.
Where are they filming?
So they'll be in Boston and London.
What?
So very close to home.
Guess who will be there?
We will be there.
Booyah!
I will find where they are, and I will be there.
Mr. Kenobi, come on, Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So Ewan McGregor.
Love that guy.
I'm not sure if he'll be shooting in Boston.
I hope so.
But the series will be shooting in Boston, which, as everyone knows, well, as you guys know, that's where we are.
Yes.
So they'll be shooting in Boston and London on January 4th.
Yes.
Now, this is good news, because that means the show is actually happening.
Yes. Yes. You don't shoot something you don't plan on releasing.
Well, it's happened.
It has happened. Yes. True. Snyder Cut.
Yeah. But so I'm excited. I
am too.
After the unflattering, Rise of Skywalker and whatever. I don't know what everyone's problem with Solo is, but I went back and watched it the other day, and it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah.
It's hard to be comfortable with the new guy playing Han Solo.
Okay.
But that's really everything else I thought was done well.
Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, with the box office, it did all right. But no one's out there, cult following for Han Solo movie.
True. Very true. Kenobi is the first Star Wars property, show, movie that I've been excited about for a while. I've gone on record saying I don't really care for the movies. I'm a fan of games and comics, the lore, but as far as the movies go, I could care less. So Kenobi is a fresh breath of air. Honestly, I could say he's easily my favorite character. Ewan McGregor is just excellence, if you ask me. I mean, for God's sakes, he was Christopher Robin. He was in Doctor Sleep. I'm drawing a blank because this dude is in so many. Oh, he's Black Mask. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
Yeah.
Love this guy. So I'm excited for this show.
And as am I. Yeah. And so, again, this is such a good time to be a fan of, this stuff.
Yeah.
We're
winning.
The day that you hear about HBO like with a solid list of stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same day that you're like, oh, by the way, that Kenobi show, it's happening on Disney Plus. So, great stuff.
Look, so I think Disney's just taking a little bit longer. Like HBO Max is giving us everything, right? They're just telling us everything. Disney seems to be holding back a little bit, but I have very high faith and hope in these upcoming releases. Kenobi, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like high hopes for these, and I feel like they're going to be very good. So, like HBO Max may be appearing to win right now, but like once these properties release, I promise you, Disney's going to be back on top. I promise.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't necessarily feel that way, but I'm still stoked for Black Widow, and I'm still waiting for that news.
Oh,
that it's going to be. I
forgot about Black Widow.
That it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
and in theaters. Because I just don't think they want to. I feel like Disney doesn't want to sound like they're copying, so they're gonna like wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, well that's just what everyone's doing now, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
So, Wonder Woman, the runtime has been shared, and it is a comfortable 2 hours and 31 minutes.
Good.
It's very comfortable.
Good.
That's a very comfortable.
Good.
It's a good. That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'd be genuinely upset if it was under 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'd be very upset.
I just don't. Movies that are under 2 hours
never
scare me.
Yeah, and they never work. They're always bad. Always. So I'm glad Wonder Woman's getting the respect she deserves.
How long was New Mutants?
New Mutants was definitely under 2 hours.
Yeah,
I can say that with confidence.
I think it was like 100 minutes.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Hour and 40 something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Woo.
The first Wonder Woman was like what 210 something like that, right?
I think it was right around there.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, right? That means say I'm correct, right? And what the first Wonder Woman was 2 hours 10 minutes. That's oh no, it's about the same.
No.
Oh, that's 84. But okay, my point being is that means Wonder Woman's getting. If this sequel is longer than the first, that means they're recognizing Wonder Woman for the property that she is and giving her the respect she deserves by giving her more screen time, because Wonder Woman is a big seller. She's the original part of the original trio of the Justice League. Like she deserves this. So I'm very happy that's the route they're going with, and I'm very excited for this movie. I love Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think she deserves it, and I'm happy. Yeah. I am happy for her. Oh, it's 2 hours and 21 minutes. So 10.
Oh, okay. So
we get an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, roughly the same. But
good stuff.
But
ooh, I should have grouped these better. But some really cool the Hawkeye series.
Yes.
On Disney Plus.
Yes.
Some videos came out. A couple set photos came out.
Yep.
And a lot of them are showcasing Clint, Kate, and the dog.
Yes.
Which
yes.
I forgot about.
The dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. So
I didn't either. But like I'm aware, but like I'm not like.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. But there's one of them in the train, like a platform.
Yep.
With a train coming, and they're running it with the dog into the train.
Yep.
There's another one of them, and somewhere I can't really tell where it is. And then there's a set photo of Clint's like chair.
Yep.
With the arrow.
Yep.
And that's really not too important, but the logo that's on his name, which I'll have
the show logo.
I'll have it right here.
Yeah.
Which could signify that would be in the overall Disney Plus logo.
Yes. It seems like they're pushing very heavy for Kate Bishop to take over, because even in the game, she's Hawkeye. Like Hawkeye became a DLC character in the Avengers game, and it's Kate Bishop. It's not Clint. So it seems like, and now with the show, it seems like they're pushing heavy for Kate to take his place, and I'm very happy about that, because I thought when Clint left, we were going to be left without a Hawkeye. And I like Hawkeye a lot more than Green Arrow, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
So I was going to be upset if when he left, Hawkeye went with him. But we have Kate Bishop, luckily.
Yeah.
Luckily.
And she'll bring some who knows? She'll bring that fresh
New character.
young.
Yeah.
And
she has a completely different personality.
Yeah, maybe part of the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Which would be cool.
Because Miss Marvel is rumored to have her own Disney Plus show as well. So
No, she is.
She is having it.
Yeah.
Okay. She-Hulk as well. I'm guessing She-Hulk will be part of the Young Avengers, even though she's not really, but in the show.
I'd say if everything goes well with Spider-Man 3,
yes,
and they introduce Miles, I bet Miles gets a Disney Plus show.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. It's funny, dude. That's so weird. This is the third time today this kid's practically read my mind because I was waiting for you to stop talking so I could say exactly what you just said. Yeah. Imagine that. Great
Disney
minds
Plus,
think alike.
I mean, it just seems right. You want to you'll have the Spider-Man property on TV and on film.
Yep.
They can cross over whenever they want.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And you get to everyone knows Peter Parker Spider-Man, but not a lot of people know all about Miles.
Yep.
They do from Into the Spider-Verse, but not everything there is.
Yeah. There's a fresh new take, a new Spider-Man. I think it's fair to say that will come eventually, regardless if Spider-Man 3 works, simply because Miles is so damn relatable. I mean, just the black community alone is enough for them to be like green-lighted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it'll be just like Black Panther. Everybody will show up for that. I can say personally, as a black child growing up, Spider-Man being one of my favorite heroes, I always wanted a black Spider-Man. So when he actually came around in the form of Miles Morales, that was like Jesus answered this prayer personally type of deal. You know what I mean? So I think it's fair to assume Miles will come around.
That'd be
eventually.
cool too.
I would love to.
I feel like we always say this, but like when you get to flesh out like a character like that in a TV series, Miles is perfect for that. Yeah. And then they could set up the Young Avengers on TV.
Yeah.
And like build them up without giving them a movie.
Yeah.
To cram them all together and like introduce them like that, but build them on TV, and then once we know them after 2 or 3 seasons, then they join the movie universe as a team. Yep. You know, they can pop up here and there individually. Yep. But once they become a team, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
My original thought and idea of how they were going to come across this was to keep the Defenders on Netflix, Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Disney Plus gets the Young Avengers, right? Miles, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, who am I missing? Kate Bishop, etc. And then the MCU will remain the MCU, right? Thor, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, etc. But with all the changes, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said Hulu the other day about them taking Daredevil and Punisher, whatever shows may return, take the Defenderverse and put it on Hulu rather than Netflix, and then still continue with that general idea. Give all the young new Avengers to Disney Plus, and then you give the big hitters the big screen.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't mind that.
I would love that.
And then you're making money at all angles.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you're not overcrowding one platform. Not that would ever be a problem. But too much Disney Plus. Yeah. Yeah. But like you're instead of just focusing on one thing that you own, now you're distributing the wealth evenly. Yep. And
now your foot is in literally every field.
Yeah, except HBO. Right?
Exactly.
You got everything else. Yeah. HBO just has that one
but
HBO's,
corner. HBO got that one corner, but that corner is hitting. That corner is hitting.
Yeah,
Godzilla versus Kong. DCEU.
So that's the only thing, right? So like it's at that point, it's like, what do you do when the movie comes out? Do you sit at home or do you go to the theater?
Well, so okay, but it has, to my understanding, it hasn't been confirmed that we're getting both the same way we're getting Wonder Woman as both.
Yeah.
Yes, it's happening like
most
that.
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely.
I think I didn't read everything, but I figured I thought that was what's happening.
I saw no specific mention of it, so I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna run with that only because they never specifically said it, as far as I read, anyways. That being said, I think it depends on which movie. Godzilla Kong, I'm going to theaters for.
Yeah,
Dune,
I'll
stay home.
Here, but still, you don't get that like.
No, I want that theater. I
want that big screen.
Yeah, and I want that shaking my chair and shit when everything pops off. Vibration. Yeah, I'm going to the theater for that, baby. Come on. Godzilla versus Kong.
IMAX is the best. We should go. We'll go to Reading IMAX.
Yeah. Oh, Reading IMAX is good. Reading Mass. Our IMAX, phenomenal.
One of 7 theaters in the world. I mean, that could be updated by now.
Yeah, but at the time.
As of a year ago, it was one of 7 theaters in the world with the capabilities that it has.
Imagine that.
There's the other ones in like Dubai.
Yeah, see, look, big moves in Reading, Mass.
Big moves. Out of all places in the world, Reading, Mass.
I know, imagine that. It's not even in Boston. Imagine that. But strange.
I mean, so it's got 4K laser technology.
Yeah.
So like not like your TV 4K, but it's like this crisp, clear 4K.
It's just it's crazy looking. It really just blows my mind.
And then they have the Sunbrella, like these comfortable Sunbrella, which is like a chair furniture company, makes the seats.
Yep.
And then there's like butt kickers in the seat.
Yep.
So your chair vibrates, and then you have
it's so cool.
There's like 12 channels of audio all the way over you and under you. It
gets crazy.
Insane.
It is. It
and
really
is. And the screen is bigger than the Green Monster.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. No, it's huge. That's the same one that they have the Green Monster out in the hall, right? Is he still there?
What?
That last time I went, there was
The
Green Monster the Green Monster was
and like
there.
the arm like shakes.
Yeah, and they had like a
there's a
this like net thing that people would like zip line into. It was crazy.
That's called Acro.
Dude, it's our point being it's a big ass IMAX and it's perfect for a movie like Godzilla versus Kong, where it's just two giant monsters punching each other in the face.
I saw both Godzillas there and Kong.
See, look at that.
The intro to Kong at that theater, like it's like 10, 9, and all of a sudden like it changes from the 10, 9, 8 from like regular IMAX into like a Kong version, and like you're in a plane flying through it, and like Kong's beating his chest, and like you can feel.
It's insane.
It. Oh, bro, I'll show you after. It's
that's nuts.
Absolutely insane.
See, that's crazy.
And
I didn't go for that, and I'm very upset I didn't.
It's the best place in the world.
He had to stop for a moment and like compose himself.
My God. Me and my cousins and brothers and friends, like we used to go and we eat Fuddruckers before.
Yeah.
And call it Fuds with Buds, and then go to the movies.
Fuds with Buds.
It's coined. Can't use it.
I'm gonna.
No, you can use it. You can't.
You can't. Ha ha.
I saw Elliot the other day. Did I tell you that?
Who's Elliot?
The guy who owns Jordans.
Oh no, you did? Yeah. Really? Where?
I saw him in
He was like at the grocery store.
No, I saw him in Back Bay.
Oh no shit.
And
I wonder, is Jordans a thing cross country? No, they're not, right? They just
New England.
Yeah, so for y'all that don't know, Jordans is like the biggest furniture company in New England.
Yeah. And I saw him and he was walking. I was like, Elliot! And he didn't even look at me. I was just like, you're not even
selfish.
You're like a E-list famous guy.
Yeah,
Shut up.
but I mean, not for nothing, but he's on the list of celebrities for selling mattresses.
Yeah.
That's big moves. That's big moves.
See you later.
You just sell mattresses and
See you later, pal.
You're a celebrity.
My brother has a picture with him as his background on his phone.
Yeah. If you guys ever seen a Red Sox game, he's the one with the pushback cap and he has a ponytail, old white guy, beard, silver hair.
Yeah.
He's always selling mattresses and pillows and stuff.
Yep.
So, because we're on Kong.
I just have 2 more things real quick.
Oh, the list goes on.
Yep. So, new episode of Mandalorian Chapter 14 is streaming as of right now. Go check that out. And his Dark Materials Season 2 is off to a fantastic start. So if you have HBO Max and you want a good show, I'd recommend watching the first season and catching up to Season 2. If you have already watched the first season, make sure you're on that. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Please and thank you.
All right.
Booyah.
Take it away.
Okay. So, like I said before, I have this long-ass list of all the details we know from those upcoming HBO Max movies, right, that are blockbuster films releasing on HBO Max. Because we just got off the topic, I'll start with Godzilla vs. Kong. It will be directed by Adam Wingard. So he was responsible for the Blair Witch remake, The Guest, and You're Next. So this guy has like horror. Yeah, they're technically horror films. So he has like a horror thriller background. He's going to be doing Godzilla vs. Kong, which is... So if this movie's anything like the past couple of movies, like the first Godzilla had like a very POV kind of style to it, like giving you like a soldier or a person's perspective, like when Godzilla, attacks a city. So I think that's kind of the route. And there's horror vibes and senses into that. So I could see that happening. So I don't know. We'll give it a run, because like I said, I can see it happening, but I don't know if that's I don't know if horror is really the route I want to go with my Godzilla movie, right? So this movie, this would be the fourth installment and what me and Driz would call the Monarch verse, which is just like the monster verse, right? There's been a different director for each one of the movies, which I found interesting, because they're it's one of two things. Like, they want each movie to have its own kind of feel and vibe and look, or they're just not happy with what they've been given from each one of the directors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And felt that they needed to change it. So I wonder which one it is.
Okay, well, the first Godzilla movie had fan reaction was there was not enough monster.
Yes.
The second Godzilla movie.
Yep.
Too much monster.
Yes.
Not enough human.
Yep.
Kong, I think it hit well for everybody. I think Kong Skull Island was not perfect, but
yep.
I think most people enjoyed that film.
Yeah.
So I think they want to keep that Kong feel where it was a balance.
Yeah.
Because Kong was heavily featured, but so weren't the humans that were chasing him.
Yeah.
And like the Sam Jackson aspect to it.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna keep that style more or less.
Yeah. I like the way the second Godzilla was filmed.
Yeah, me too.
If I'm being honest, I like all of them.
Me too.
Right? But the second one, I like all the monster. I mean, that's what it's called, Godzilla King of Monsters. You're going to get a lot of scenes of monsters punching each other in the face. You know what I mean? That was what I paid a ticket for.
Yes.
You know?
No. I think we've said this before.
Yeah.
You are not going to see a Christopher Nolan movie. You are going to see huge, giant monsters punch each other in the head and destroy some buildings.
Yeah, and throw stuff.
Don't expect there to be this crazy dialogue.
Yeah, it's heartfelt.
And turns.
A heartfelt, like a twist ending.
Yeah.
Turns out his mom was really his sister.
Save Martha.
Bum, bum, bum. No, you're not getting any of that. The movie is called Godzilla versus King Kong. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't get it.
So just, come on. Suspend some belief. Enjoy yourself. Eat your popcorn and shut up.
So
it's gonna be a fun movie.
Yeah. So they So quick fun fact: this is Godzilla's 36th movie. Woo! And Kong's 12th. That's insane.
My man.
That's
how
insane.
many?
It's 36. Godzilla has. King Kong has 12.
And the first 30 were awful.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I love Godzilla. What was I gonna say? Oh, this movie, he said he knew this. I had no clue. There was a King Kong versus Godzilla movie in 60, I didn't write it down. I believe it was 63. They said 62 or 63. 1963. That's insane. Imagine that. And they look like they kind of look like
puppets.
Yeah, like stop motion puppets. Yes,
it's terrible.
Yes, it was crazy.
I can't
looking.
watch it. I can't.
I want to.
It looks like it reminds me of the.
We should review it.
Like the Rudolph.
Movies. Yes, that's what it looks.
The hell.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Terrible. Oh my god.
We should review it.
All right.
We should review it. Every channel I have ever watched and continue to watch and subscribe to, it started with a bad movie review, because it's always the funniest, and it's always I don't know, it's just always a good time, and I think we should start doing that because it's really funny. And the horrible, we specialize in all things nerd, and the giant pile of duty that is in nerd culture in the form of movies and shows, we got 2 years worth of content from that. You know what I mean? Did you know Japan in the late 70s released a Spider-Man show?
Yes.
And he was essentially a Power Ranger.
All right. Yeah, that show is wild.
It is wild.
Wild.
It is wild. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
My God. But it's god awful.
It is. But it's so artistic. It really is. It's not Spider-Man. Let's just get that out the way. It's not Spider-Man.
It was like reverse anime.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
He's
like
more
how we copy their stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
They just did it
yeah.
terribly.
So okay. So what he's saying is that they took an American property, and Japan took an American property and put their Japanese culture on it, and it came out terrible. The same way like we take Japanese culture and put American culture into it, and it comes out terrible. Like that just doesn't work. You should probably stop doing that. So for Godzilla vs. Kong, because we got off track here, they say the possibility of some new, completely original, never seen before monsters will make appearances. The possible name was like Nozuki or something like that. So our good friends over at Cinema Blend, I got all my info from, and I would like to credit them. I always want to credit people where I get my information from them.
I love Cinema Blend.
Yes, and they said that how they figured about the new monster, and this is always interesting to me, is in their toy line, in Warner Brothers Godzilla vs. Kong toy line. Right, like we're getting spoilers in the form of action figures.
Oh, that happens kind of frequently.
It does, but none of us notice because we're not really buying action figures anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
So, you're right. When I read that, I thought about it. I was like, yo, that happens all the time. It's crazy.
Remember the Avengers time travel suits?
Yeah.
Those were leaked in a toy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
That's
it
crazy.
happens a lot, especially in the nerd culture and the shit we talk about, right? Two grown-ass men, that's what we talk about all day, superheroes in tights. Men in tights. Don't you judge me. Don't you judge me.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to, I doubt this is going to happen because this is the fourth pushback for this movie, and it's supposed to get a November 20th release. So roughly this time next year, we'll get this movie. Hopefully. Honestly, I'm in doubts. Again, this is the fourth time this bad boy has been pushed back. So it's looking like that's not going to be the case. Next up, The Matrix 4, courtesy of Esquire.com. So, as far as The Matrix, what the hell? Oh, oops. So, Keanu Reeves will be returning.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So, honestly, like, I was surprised about that. Because, like, I compare it to Sony asking Tobey Maguire to return as Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. So much time has gone by, and especially for Keanu, as of right now, he's very high up on the list. At this moment in time, he's like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's like a fan favorite, and his career is booming right now. So I'm surprised he said yes to. They plan on making 2 of these, by the way. So a whole nother movie. I'm surprised he agreed to come back for these 2 movies, considering how his career is right now, and the kind of options he has. They either one, he's passionate about the project and he loves doing these movies, or 2, they threw a big price tag at him and he couldn't couldn't deny it.
Right.
Trinity will also be returning. Actress name is Carrie Ann Moss. No Morpheus. Morpheus.
I honestly, I kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah, dude, I honestly did not. According to, again, courtesy Esquire, the quote is, I was not invited.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's Lauren Fishburne's quote.
Lawrence Fishburne, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Maybe they're going to take a different route.
Maybe. I wonder.
So can you go through who's in it coming back?
So it will be Neo, Trinity, and not him. I didn't write down the full list. Not him. I didn't go through the full list.
Spider's dead, right? That trash bag.
So I was just about to. I don't like the Matrix at all.
Spider's the one who turns on them half like in I can't remember the actor's name, but he's a douchebag.
Okay.
And he turns on them. What's his name, guys?
Hit me. Oh, we're live. Hey.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't forget his name, but
that's my auntie's name.
Tracy Berry.
Yeah.
That's probably her. That's why.
Oh, and Brandon's here too. Haha, what up, yo? That's my guy.
But yeah, so Spider, he was in Memento. He was
okay.
The guy that,
he
was the guy that was like helping him, but also like using him.
Oh, okay.
That guy plays
all right.
Spider.
Okay.
And
all right.
I might even be getting his name wrong. It might not even be Spider. It was something like that though.
I didn't care for Matrix at all.
Well, I am gonna go see 4. John Wick 4, Matrix 4.
Booyah!
Yeah, they're coming out the same day.
Yeah, So wait, because I wrote down the release date, and it will be. I lied. They didn't give me a release date. Interesting, huh? Interesting. So, like I said before, they have 2 movies planned. Notable stars will be. So I did write down some, but I don't believe these are returning characters. So Jada Pinkett Smith, Neil Patrick Harrison, and
Neil Patrick Harris.
Excuse me, I said Harrison, didn't I?
Yeah, but I just didn't know if it was a new person I've never heard of.
No, not MPH. Yes, Neil Patrick Harris, and Jada Pinkett Smith. So that ought to be interesting.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Neither one of them are in the first 3, correct?
Nope.
Yes,
I actually. Was Jada in any of them?
I feel like Jada might have been. That's why I asked.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Again, not familiar with these movies at all.
I honestly, I am. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Because I don't remember. Something like weird is telling me that she might have been, but like I don't remember too well.
Okay.
That's something like Jack would know because he's wealth of knowledge. When it comes
because he hosts trivia at a bar in Philly. That's why you can tell when you talk to this guy. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like his knowledge of random fun facts is endless, seemingly endless. So as far as returning, the only one of the Wachowski brothers will be returning to write and direct. It will be Lawrence. As in the article, there was no mention as to why Andrew is not returning. But I mean, at least one of them's there, right? Like you can't continue something that they created without them. It wouldn't, it just wouldn't work. So I'm glad at least one is coming back.
Something just hit me. That's weird because Jada Pinkett is Will Smith's wife.
Yes.
And Will Smith was originally
going to be Neo.
He never said yes to it.
Yeah. But they wanted Neo.
They wanted him to play Neo.
Yeah.
Imagine a world.
Imagine where Will Smith is Neo.
Crazy.
Maybe I would have liked the movie more.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, no, I like Keanu.
Big Willie, baby.
It is Will Smith, though. It's not too many things he can do wrong.
Yeah.
To this day, Men in Black is one of my favorite movies. Oh, yeah. To this day.
The third one?
Yeah.
Tears came out.
Yeah, word.
That's all right.
Word. Next, Dune, courtesy of Nerdist.com article they gave us. So, this is based off of the novel written by Frank Herbert in 1965. The original trilogy started in 1984 now, and then there was also a couple of TV shows, miniseries, but this upcoming release seems to have no connection to any of those things. It will be its completely own thing, and if successful, they would like to, I believe they said trilogy out of this. Director.
I could see the cast is so deep.
It is. It's pretty deep. It is. Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Sorry.
That's all right, because I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this dude's name. So director is Denis Villeneuve.
Oh my God. Denis Villanueva.
Yes. That's a hell of a name. And he directed the Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah.
Yeah, or a sequel. It's a sequel, correct? 2049?
2049, yeah.
Yeah, it's all okay. So yeah, he directed that. Again, this is another HBO Max release. Timothy Chalamet. He was Matthew McConaughey's son in Interstellar. He's the guy who grew up to be Casey Affleck. Yeah. He'll be starring in the movie, and then also Drax is going to be in it. Dave Bautista, another dude that career is blowing up because he's also going to be in Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
and he's still currently Drax. So he got a lot going on. This man is blowing up.
He's definitely putting food on the table.
Yeah, that's understatement. Mortal Kombat, again, courtesy of the Nerdist.com, directed by Simon McQuoid. So when I was trying to do some digging about this guy, on his IMDb page, he's only credited for one other movie, and it's The Nighttime Economy. Came out in 2014. Never heard of it. Seems like an indie kind of movie. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little concerned about that, honestly. If I'm being perfectly honest, I wish they would just stop with video game movies. They don't work. They just don't work.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Have you seen Sonic?
No. Oh God, no. I'm not watching it.
No, it's actually pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
I don't like any of that kind of stuff, and I thought it was pretty good.
Exactly.
It was nice to see Jim Carrey back.
Oh God. Yeah, can I confess a sin?
He played a good what's that guy's name?
Robotnik. Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, he played
Can I confess a sin?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't like Jim Carrey. At all.
That's all right.
At all.
He's way over the top.
Some of his older stuff, Me, Myself, and I is probably like the only movie I really find funny.
I can't stand Ace Ventura.
Oh, God. No, me neither. Me neither. Bruce Almighty, when I was a child. So when I was a child, Jim Carrey was hilarious. But as I developed like maturity, it's like, yo, he's terrible. Just like Adam Sandler. I was like, I hate this. You know? And like everybody seems to be like in love with Jim Carrey. Yeah, that's why I said sin.
Yeah, it's a cult. He's like he's a staple of the film world.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
And that's what bothers me, because he's like a staple of comedians. I don't think have you ever seen his stand-up comedy?
Yeah, but I don't.
All he does is make noises and make faces. It's terrible. It's terrible. He pretends to wipe his ass on a toilet, like he, pops a squat and like pretends he's wiping it. It's just terrible. It's awful. He farted into the microphone, and that was the big punchline. It was terrible.
Yeah, so like that's the stuff that I'm saying. He's over the top.
Yeah.
And I don't care for it most of the time.
Me neither.
So I'm like with you in certain things, but like Jim Carrey, when he's playing a role that he's dedicated to and like gets into it, like he can be good, but you need to turn some of that stupid stuff off. Down.
Yeah, that shit needs to be toned. Adam Sandler is similar in what you just said, because that movie Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler put on a hell of a performance in that movie.
Yes, he
so
did.
Like he's capable.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Did.
I mean, if you can't do a good acting job after being 20 plus years in front of a camera, like, bro.
Uncut Gems ended for me with my mouth on the ground.
Yeah?
I was like,
I have yet to watch it, and it has piqued my curiosity this entire time. I just haven't watched it.
Literally, I was like, what the,
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe it. I really just didn't want you to do that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why I didn't say it.
Oh, I thought you got tongue-tied.
Nope.
Sorry.
Just didn't want to go there.
Sorry.
All right, continue.
He's upset with me. So, all right. So he corrected me on this one, but the writers for Mortal Kombat will be Greg Russo and Dave Callahan. Now, I didn't know the Russo brothers' first names at the time, so I was assuming he was one of them. He is not. It's Joe and Anthony Russo. Greg is probably like the inbred cousin. He's from the sticks of Alabama, right? It's, his mom and uncle his dad and his uncle are the same person.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. So they're casting a bunch of action stars, very mixed cast, so they're getting a lot of actors from overseas, a lot of Japanese actors, Asian actors, all action film kind of people, a lot of foreign people, possible R rating. I wrote down some of the names, some of the like worthwhile. Joe Taslim will be playing Sub-Zero. Hiroyuki Sanada will be Scorpion. Asano will be playing Raiden. So I didn't. And then Chin Hung is the guy from The Dark Knight, the one Batman has to go to China to get. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
The little tattletale guy, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be playing Shang Tsung.
Wow.
So Shang Tsung is the guy who kind of steals your soul.
Right.
In the game.
So how do you think this movie's gonna come out? Because the other day you didn't think it was like it even happened. Well, you didn't know it was happening.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah. No, that was brand new news to me. Again, I wish they would stop with video game movies. They really don't work. Like, if anything should have worked as a video game movie, it's Mortal Kombat, because it's just them punching each other in the face very violently. So I don't understand how it didn't work. But just the simple fact that movie did not work is just proof that video game movies are not meant to be. It just does not work. When you try to make a video game, the whole point of video games is the interactive part of it, right? It's us taking control of the story and playing it out so when you try to take that away and just take the story and turn it into a movie, it just doesn't work. Perfect example. Assassin's Creed.
I was. So how many times is that now?
What?
Including, because I was just gonna say Assassin's Creed as well.
Yeah.
That's like 4 times again today. However.
That you read my mind.
Me not knowing what Assassin's Creed the video game is like.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Assassin's Creed the movie.
Fair enough.
So, coming from my aspect, I was like, I came out of the theater like pleasantly surprised. And you need to back that up.
That's okay, Brandon. Fair point, but I've only seen like 3-4 episodes of The Witcher. But that is
dope.
That's a very fair point. You know what else is good? Castlevania's anime on Netflix. That's also good.
Also,
movies though. We're talking movies.
Me and my brother, and most of the fan base for World of Warcraft thought that movie was dope, except it didn't get a fair treatment.
So I haven't seen that movie, but it definitely got the only reason I haven't seen it is because it's not on any streaming platform I use. Like I've yet to see it anywhere.
Let me know here and there what you guys think of the Warcraft movie, because I would love for them to continue it. The guy who played Ragnar was the mage in it.
Okay.
I thought it was done really well, and I didn't even know what I didn't know what any of the game was like.
Okay, so here's the major difference, right? World of Warcraft, there's no like how do I word this? There's no Sonic the Hedgehog, right? There's no main character. It's a story where a bunch of different people jump in and play. You see what I'm saying? So there's no one specific main character. So I think that's why it worked better than the rest of these video game movies, where there is a main character, the character you play as, and then try to turn it into a movie and take out that interactive part, the us part of the game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
You see what I'm saying? So and that's why I think it doesn't work. Mortal Kombat, in that theory, Mortal Kombat should work. Because, there is, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they're kind of the main characters, but not really. It really just is a collective story of all these characters. So, in theory, it should work. But it doesn't. It hasn't. And it probably won't.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
But, I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah. You'll see at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's all. Do your best. Do their best. They'll do their best unless they're just trying to make money off of it.
Exactly.
So I would like to hear what you guys are thinking on a couple different things. I would like to hear what you're thinking about that Warcraft portion of it. We're still trying to give away that Superior Octopus pop.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So if you guys let us know in the comments. Someone in the comments from this week's video, whether it's on Facebook, wherever he's about to go live, or on YouTube, we'll pick someone who commented something, and one of you will win that pop. I think I have it right here, right?
We've been trying to get rid of that bad boy.
Yeah, it's a Superior Octopus pop. It's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And we have 2 of them, so I'm giving one away. Well, we're giving one away. So if you want it, like and comment on this video. And if you're not subscribed, obviously subscribe.
Please
and there is something else I'd like to talk about. So I said it in the TV corner today. But this is gonna be a little touchy, but it's okay. God, you're terrible at everything you do.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm good at things.
So my mother has breast cancer, stage 4 breast cancer, and we're switching from suicide prevention to a GoFundMe for breast cancer. However, the breast cancer donations will go directly to my mother's medical bills. It's she has Mass Health, which is like a public plan. And now she can't work. So I feel like it'd be good if we could try to help her out with some of her medical bills. So I'll post a link in the description on this video and on Facebook and wherever else this video ends up. But if you have an extra $1 or $2 during the holidays, I know it's tough, but this donation, this link isn't going anywhere for the next 3 months. she got stage 4, so the chances
The bills are high.
The bills are high, and that's about it. That's as far as I want to go into it personally. And she is a fighter, and she's always a fighter, and she's always keep fighting. However, I think it'd be nice if we could show her how much we appreciate her bringing this gorgeous person into the world.
Just for the simple fact that she brought you all of this.
Oh, that's really weird. She just started watching.
All of this. You donate to this woman's cause because
that's weird.
It's important.
She
Hi, Mama Drizzle. Shout out.
Yeah. So
Mom's watching. So you guys check that out. We're gonna we'll post some links in the description. I'll do some Facebook stuff. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me under Justice Holmes or Big Driip on Insta, Big Driip on the Snapchat. That's 2 eyes in the drip, baby. You can find Drizzle under Tyler Roberts and or Pop Culture Corner on the same platform. So you follow us, you'll find all our links, all that good stuff, all the funny memes I be posting, and all the weird shower thoughts he be posting. So we're always entertaining.
What the hell is that?
Oh, dude. Geez, Louise, I almost forgot, and I've been saving this one because I know you got some stuff to talk about with me. The Suicide Squad is also going to be released on HBOMAX. Yes. Imagine that.
Yep.
So, my man, James Gunn.
We're going to get him on sooner or later, by the way.
Damn right. I would love to talk to this man. He's directing it, and I'm so excited. The greatest disappointment I've had thus far was Suicide Squad with the DCEU.
The original David Ayer cut.
Yes.
Not the David Ayer cut.
Yes.
But the trailer company cut.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie was so incredibly disappointing. I mean, when I tell you, I was shaking with excitement when I went to go see this movie, and I went in theaters, which is rare for me, by the way. I typically wait for it to come to streaming depending on the movie. I went, and I came out very sad. I was sad. I wasn't even like aggravated or angry. I was just sad. Like my puppy died. I was so upset because I was so excited for this movie. So, my Lord and Savior, that is James Gunn, is going to take this movie into his hands, and he's going to make something happen with it. The cast is ginormous. I mean, we're talking like... So I think it's fair to assume, considering how many characters are going to be in this movie and all of them are like D-list and below, there's going to be a lot of deaths. There's no confirmed R rating yet, but I think it's fair to assume it's going to happen. Birds of Prey, Joker. There's a third one that I'm drawing a blank on that was also R rating. Birds of Prey, Joker, and
Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition was rated R, technically.
Yes, technically. That's not what I'm thinking of, though. You guys watching live, if anybody knows, please tell me, because I'm forgetting. But
what are you talking about?
There's 3 DC movies with an R rating as of late. Birds of Prey, Joker, BVS Ultimate Edition, but that wasn't the one I was... And there's a third one that I can't recall.
I think you're tripping.
I am not tripping.
Whatever.
Again,
because we have a lot to still
do. I know. So, Suicide Squad, for the notable cast, John Cena will be playing Peacemaker, and that man's already been confirmed for an HBO Max TV show.
Oh, you said Deadpool, but that's Marvel, so.
Yeah, no, we're talking DC.
Come on, Brandon.
John Cena's Peacemaker is already confirmed for a show on HBO Max.
Of the same name.
Yes.
Peacemaker.
Pete Davidson will be playing Blackguard, Idris Elba will be playing Bloodsport. Margot Robbie obviously returning as Harley Quinn. We're supposed to get Jared Leto's Joker in there at some point. Rick Flag will be returning. Now,
this is what we wanted to talk about.
This is the big one. Okay.
There's all right, so maybe you should tell them where to go look and like see it for themselves too.
Okay. Yeah, so no, I was going to specifically say, so if you just Google the Suicide Squad's cast, right? And, it will bring up the movie, and if you look, it will say photos, cast, blah, 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 right? You press the button that says cast. The list of Google's actors in this movie includes Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, and several others
I feel
that
like.
just don't belong.
Are you sure you weren't accidentally
No.
looking at Guardians of the
No,
Galaxy
I am
3?
no, because the whole entire top of the list is all the characters actually in this movie with their names, right? So it will show the actor, and then below that it will say who they're playing, right?
And this was Google, not IMDb?
Nope, this is Google.
Okay.
Under Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana and all them, there's
There
no
was just
character
nothing.
name.
Which would typically
However-
that would typically mean it's a cameo style.
Yes, or it's just a mistake, which I'm thinking is,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
because you know what it probably is? Google's AI just kind of messing up because James Gunn is directing it. I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Unless it's like...
Because it's the whole cast of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Unless it's a public forum that people can add to it.
Oh, that's also true. That is also
like
true.
Wikipedia.
So, now here comes the mind twister. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is listed, and he's also listed as playing Black Adam.
Which I think would be really cool. I would be okay with that. Like, I don't really care if Chris Pratt shows up, right, for a cameo. But if Black Adam's there... All right, so originally this movie had... what he had written for it originally was the Suicide Squad goes to retrieve an ancient, like, artifact or something. Now it's a woman. Like, now it's a girl. I forget who it is. But that's who the Suicide Squad are going to get. It apparently at one point it was an artifact which tied to Black Adam.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Okay.
Or at least it was something to that degree. I could be wrong about a little, like a detail or two, but
yes, in some way, shape, or form, it was referring to Black Adam. Okay. So that being said, again, we don't know if Google's AI is just kind of sloppy, or like you said, it's public and people can update things themselves, like Wikipedia.
I'll run that by Matt later.
Yeah, so that ought to be interesting. As far as okay, so let's talk as if it's actually happening, right? Black Adam's introduction will be in the Suicide Squad.
In some form.
How do you do it? Go.
How do I do it?
How do you do it?
Well, I would have it so along the lines, cause I don't know, is Suicide Squad present day or not?
I believe so. Simply because of Harley Quinn and the way she's presented. It seems present day, yes.
All right. So it's present day, right? And along the lines of them, like their endeavors or their mission, they have to tangle with Black Adam at some point because they go somewhere where they're not supposed to be, or they're somewhere where. Like, where's he from again?
I forget the name of the country, but he's somewhere in the Mediterranean, in the Middle East.
If they're out there somewhere and they happen to go through it, he's like a dictator.
Yes.
So, he wouldn't like that they're there. Some way they would have to, what they're doing would interfere with, they're not stealing from him, but they're not, they're just they're not in his way either.
Yeah.
But he just shows up and he's like, what are you doing?
Yep.
Maybe fights one or two of them.
Yep.
And then maybe kills a couple of them because they don't all make it out.
No.
That sets up how dangerous and powerful this guy is. Or they just do it in an after credit scene, and it ties into whatever they were going to get.
Okay.
So it depends. I could do it a couple different ways.
Okay.
What about you?
So, mine, similar to yours, but major difference being, so let's say it's artifact like you said before, right? Amanda Waller needs an artifact, and it's found in Black Adam's territory, right? The whole reason Amanda Waller needs the Suicide Squad to do this in the first place is because it's in Black Adam's territory, and if Black Adam shows up, regular soldiers will not be able to handle it. So Black Adam is the whole point of sending the Suicide Squad in the first place. Because there's a major threat, and if he shows up, regular people cannot handle it, right?
Yeah, that would actually be good.
Yeah. So,
that's the whole point. It's
that's the whole point of them.
Sorry, but we need you guys because because Amanda Waller knows about everything.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So
she'll
know that he's the leader of that place.
Exactly.
Or she'll know that place even exists.
So.
And she needs something from there, and that's why they go. That makes a good. That's good.
So.
I like that.
Throughout the entirety of the movie, there's this ominous sense of, is he gonna show up, right? Nobody knows if he's gonna show up, but they're constantly getting like there's like, I don't want to call them jump scares, but there's like scenes that he's here. There's jump scares, right? Like there's random random reminders that he might show up, and if he shows up, things are gonna get crazy. And then at some random surprise point, he does show up, runs through everybody mad easily, and the few survivors manage to escape.
The phone's making a buzzing noise in my ear.
My phone is?
Yeah, because my thing's connected to yours.
So where should I put it?
Just not next to the coffee cup. Sorry, guys. He doesn't. It's hard to know that kind of stuff. So
I have no
phone
idea.
interference and headphones, like cords like that, it'll cause like a buzzing noise.
Interesting.
When it's connected like that.
Really?
Yeah. The signals counter each other and like create a fuzzy.
I'm just trying to get an angle like you have, because we're both visible
again,
in your angle.
This is what matters right here. So again, we have a lot to keep going with. So
of course.
If you can get into the anime stuff.
You want me to go with anime? All right, I got a lot.
I would love to talk. I would love to hear about it.
So you guys have heard me mention this a couple times now. I've been watching Black Clover, and this is one of now 4 shows, right? Yes, 4 shows that have really just made me like, feel and like, oh, that was crazy, right?
Can you explain what it is, though?
Yeah, of course.
You've done that before, but I don't remember.
I want to give you the 4 shows, first of all. Naruto, One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, now including Black Clover. That have given me, like, there's a one scene that it's just like, well, Naruto has like 9 of them, but that's besides the point. There's a scene that just really riles me up, and I'm like, yo, that was amazing, that was awesome, let's go, right? So Black Clover, as of right now, okay, so I explained this before, but like the way Crunchyroll has it laid out, I have no idea like where I am, like what season I'm on, because the whole layout is season 1 and then it's episode like 159. You know what I'm saying? That's
really?
Yeah, that's Crunchyroll's
There's no like
layout.
Season layout?
Exactly. That's
so
how I don't know.
weird.
That's Crunchyroll, but I'm assuming I'm at least like halfway through the 2nd season, right? And like the show doesn't like, there's no specific like, oh, you can tell that's the season finale kind of moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, it is. It is weird. So I don't know where I'm at season wise, but I'm pretty deep. Like I said, I'm at very least two seasons in, right? So as of right now, they're having what's called, first of all, this world is feral Japan, right, where it's like old-timey, right, kind of medieval kind of day. Everybody's still riding horses and buggies, etc., right? Magic is a regular, present thing throughout humans. For the most part, people just use it to do mundane tasks, cleaning, laundry, farming, etc. But everybody can use magic. And then as the ladder goes up and people get more powerful, they have what's known as the Magic Knights. So there's a king, and then there's a wizard king, right? The wizard king leads the knights. He's essentially the general of the Magic Knights, right? Ooh. So they hold an exam every year, I believe it is, and choose new Magic Knights. Now the show focuses on 2 main characters, Yuno and Asta. Yuno is the golden child, right? Yuno is, everything's been, presented to him. First of all, they're both orphans that grew up together on a farm. So they're essentially brothers. It's like a Naruto Sasuke kind of dynamic, right? Yuno seems to be, he's the golden child, right? Everything was handed to him on a silver platter. I mean, his magic was unbelievably powerful at a very young age when he received what is known as a grimoire, which is just this spell book, right? And
you had said that.
Yes.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So is that what enchants them?
So they have magic to begin with, and everybody has like an attribute that's based off the 4 basic elements: water, air, earth, fire, right?
Okay.
Your grimoire comes, and that gives you more of an idea of how powerful you can be and what your specific attribute is, right? Some people use glass magic, which would fall under earth. Yuno uses wind magic, which obviously falls under air, right? So from very young age, he had a very powerful wind magic attribute. He receives his grimoire, which has 4 clovers on it. Now, the way they explained it, the show's exact quote, the 3 clovers represent faith, hope, and love.
Okay.
A 4th leaf represents luck. And in a 5th leaf lives a demon. Ooh. Right?
Is it Lucifer?
You know, in a sense, this is Japan.
No, because Lucifer's an angel, sorry.
Yeah. This is Japan, but in a sense, a demon resides in the 5th leaf. Yuno receives a 4-leaf grimoire, which contains luck, meaning he's very, very powerful right off rip. Ooh. Now, Asta, he's more of the main focus. Asta is one... if he's not the only one, he's the first one in a long time to be born with no magic whatsoever, which is strange. Everybody can use magic, from toddlers to old men and ladies. Everybody can use magic except for Asta.
Wow.
He receives the 5-leaf grimoire, which nobody knows what the hell it is. Nobody's ever seen it. Nobody knows what it is. But he contains a sword that can deflect, absorb, and destroy magic. Okay. In other words, you really can't, and where everybody fights with magic, you can't really hurt him, right? Because he can just cut through it. So a lot of the fights are different types of, like, magic is very obscure. The way people fight get, like, really out there and obscure. Like, you know, the Wizard King, he fights with time, and, you know, some people fight with mist. They'll make mist appear, and, you know, magic traps and all kinds of. So a lot of the fights are Asta trying to figure out how he can negate this magic using his sword. You know what I'm saying? So if I shoot some magic mist at you, how are you going to swing a sword at that and stop it, right? So that's a lot of what the fights are, right? So now flash forward to present day, where I'm currently at in this show. So there's a terrorist group known as Eye of the Midnight Sun, and they're attacking the Clover Kingdom, right?
So that's why it's called Clover? Black Clover?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yes, Black Clover. They live in the Clover Kingdom. So if you're from a different kingdom, your grimoire will represent that, right?
Okay.
If you're from the Diamond Kingdom, your grimoire will have a diamond on it,
it's like a family stone.
Yes.
Like
so
crest.
Yeah, exactly. But it's more a kingdom, a whole kingdom. So the way it is, it's like the cards, right? There's a spade, clover, heart, diamond, right? All different kingdoms. The focus is the Clover Kingdom. There's a terrorist group attacking the Clover Kingdom. So they're holding an exam, and they call it the Royal Knights exam. Now, this is where all the different Magic Knights face off against each other in order to be chosen for what is essentially the Clover Kingdom's SEAL Team 6, right?
Oh,
imagine that.
Badasses.
Yes, exactly. So they're holding a friendly competition. That's where I'm currently at. Now, I'm leading up to the oh shit moment. Pardon my language. Mm-hmm. So Asta's teammate, his little brother, his magic is absolutely insane. He uses what's called spatial magic, and that's teleporting, that's making things disappear, right?
Okay.
Now, he uses it in an offensive sense, meaning he swipes his hand, all of this is gone, right? Like, whoosh, that disappears, right? He's not cutting it off, he's not slicing off, he's making it disappear using teleporting magic.
So it no longer exists, or it's just
it's being teleported
somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's insane. Like, that's one of my favorite parts of it. They take, like, magic. Teleporting is a perfect example. How do you use teleportation in an offensive way? Right? You make parts of them disappear.
All right.
So it's absolutely, so this kid's power is through the roof, is what I'm leaning at here, right? He faces off against his older brother, who also uses the same type of magic. The younger brother almost kills him. He goes to finish him off. He goes to kill him. Asta and 4 other of his teammates zoom in and stop him and tell him, make one more move, we will kill you. It's just one of those moments, like, the build-up and the execution were just absolutely on point. I would like you to edit that clip in, if you can, because I don't think it's not copyright worthy, and it's just pure excellence. And if there was ever a reason for you to watch this show, this scene is hit. I'm telling you guys, if you're an anime fan, this is right up your alley. This is an excellent show. I gave you a pretty descriptive detail of how the show is. And now, mind you, where I'm currently at is like 2.5 seasons in, and like we have moments all like that, right? And the Magic Knights is so large, and there's so many members, and like I said, everybody has different obscure personal magic, right? And we've been introduced to so many characters at this point. I don't even know how half of these characters fight. This, you know what I'm saying? Like they still haven't shown. There's still so much that hasn't been shown. Like we've only seen a portion of the Wizard King's magic, and he's the strongest of everybody.
So how many total episodes are there on this?
To my knowledge, I think I didn't check all the way, but I believe
there's
it's
a lot more.
Yeah, I have a solid 100 episodes left.
So you've barely scratched the surface.
Yeah,
of like
basically.
What's possible and what might happen going down the road. That's awesome. That's a good show then. And there's not a lot of filler.
They do. They definitely have filler, but it's not Dragon Ball or Naruto bad. Now, all my anime watchers know what I'm talking about because so they have this problem, like shows get popular, so they just they suck it dry.
Yeah.
Like a perfect example, SpongeBob, right? Just you've seen it, right? How many SpongeBob is on I swear to God, there's 10,000 episodes of SpongeBob.
Yeah,
right?
I don't even know.
Because it makes money, and they do the same thing with anime. It starts making money, they suck it dry, and they just put in fillers.
Family Guy, Simpsons.
It's everybody has
South
been
Park.
South Park. I mean, literally everybody's been a victim of that.
Yeah.
So, Black Clover has their fair share.
So where can people watch Black Clover? Other than, is it only on Crunchyroll? Is it?
Jesus. No, it's on Crunchyroll, Funimation, and I do not believe it's, so you might have to get an anime specific app because to my understanding, it is neither on Hulu nor Netflix. Are going to have to get at least Funimation or Crunchyroll to watch the show. Crunchyroll is free with ads. So you can just download it, watch it. If you like what you see, then that's what I did. I started watching the show. I got into it after a couple episodes, and I was like, all right, I'll pay for this subscription. $8 a month. It's not bad. No, not bad at all.
So that's awesome. It sounds like, it sounds like this. Yeah, it sounds like it's a good pick.
Absolutely.
I'm you know what? I might even have to watch me an episode.
So it
sounds right up my alley.
If you're not into anime, you're probably not gonna like it. Simply because
never mind.
Simply because it has all those classic anime tropes, right? I've said this a million times, but friendship is power, and willpower is everything. You know, as long as your friends are by your side, nothing can stop you. That's anime in a nutshell.
Whatever, man.
But it's great.
Whatever.
It's always a lot of fun. It's always so, and I despise people who watch in dubbed, meaning it's dubbed into English rather than watching it in Japanese, because the passion is not there. The Japanese language is very intense, passionate. So watching those scenes, even though the dialogue is corny, because the passion and the is there, it makes it worth it, And that's when you watch it in English, that is not present, and all you get is goofy dialogue.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So
I love anime.
Yeah, so that was Anime Anarchy.
Smash!
My leg!
Damn it, you beat me to it. I was gonna say that, you son of a
Yo,
gun.
I never told you this, but
My legs.
But David S. Pumpkins called me a loser when I did all that stuff.
Who's David? Daryl.
Daryl S. Pumpkins.
Daryl, my uncle.
He got up in my grill about it. So,
what did he say?
He was like,
say it with your chest.
No, he was just like, yo, you really just did that? I was like, yeah, it's weird.
Yo, my man did a solid 15 in the joint, so he's not a joke, yo.
It's really awkward.
It's solid. Up top, not a game. Didn't work on his legs that much. Sometimes you can see him fumbling. Uncle, why are you shaking your ass? Stop shaking your ass. Relax. I'm not shaking it. It's my legs.
Man. So next up, we're gonna spotlight Batman's psychological state. We'll be back.
Yeah, we gotta get Jack
right
in.
after this, and we gotta get Jack. So stay tuned.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Change the layout because we have our producer, our co-host, and dare I say, my now friend, Get Jacked 141. Jack, holla with the gang signs, please. We're family friendly, Jack.
Family friendly. Oh, sorry.
You're scaring the children.
What's going on?
If your kids are watching this, you're bad parents now.
Jack, so tell the people, why are you here? What's going on?
I was promised some money and some free food.
Terrible.
You're not getting any of those things.
I'll deliver you a pizza in like a year.
In a year, right? Yeah.
Let's see how long it takes the Somerville, Massachusetts Domino's to get to Philly. See if that pizza's still warm.
Tonight's topic, I thought would be easy. Batman psyche. I'm like, listen, I've been reading the comics. I've watched the movies. It should be an easy topic. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's actually not such a clear-cut topic. Who is Batman? And the truth is there's no subjective answer because every author, whether it's a comic book writer or a screenwriter or even the video games, Arkham, have a completely different take on who Batman is. And all of them are right because there is no pure canon, you know, because within the, pre-New 52, when there was still the main Batman story, every author has their own interpretation. Yes. So I think, remember a couple of weeks ago when I was first on your show, I said he is the greatest fictional American character. After thinking about tonight's topic, I think it backs it up. I'm like, yeah, he is. Because when you're trying to break down a character like Batman, you can have 20 different people with 20 different interpretations.
Yep. They're
all right.
Yeah. So I think it's fair to say that all of these different perspectives and look-ins, whatever you want to call it, on Batman, I think it's fair to assume that all of these things are traits of Batman overall, and each one of these authors are just highlighting that certain attribute of his, or we can call them conditions because my man is definitely not mentally healthy. I think that, so right off rip, we should just say that to begin with. This is not a healthy man we're talking about mentally.
You had said that a couple of days ago, and I thought about that. I'm like, I kind of like literally like that statue, the thinker went like this. Like, I don't know if it's 100% true, because the one thing about Batman that is so dangerous about it, remember I said he is the weakest member of the Justice League, but the most dangerous?
Yes.
Is that his mind is incredibly disciplined, supernaturally almost, because if this were real life, no man can master that many things. Because a lot of people forget he's a master physicist, chemist, biologist, forensics, like he's done it all.
Yep.
And obviously you can't master that by the time you're 28. But for the sake of, he is someone who's incredibly disciplined. That's why it's so interesting in the Batman mythos. He goes to East Asia and he learns meditation. He learns from the Buddhist. He learns from the Taoist. And I'm like, I don't know if he's crazy or if he's really sane. And I'm not sure if there's a difference between the two. Maybe he's both.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think part of what makes Batman, at least for me, like the more interesting character, or the most interesting character out of the DC universe, is that Batman, Batman hides who he is. But so Batman is, Bruce Wayne is Batman, but Batman isn't Bruce Wayne. Like Bruce Wayne is the cover. Bruce Wayne is the mask.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne. And that's where I think the psychological issues come in, because how far do you go before you lose who you are and lose yourself?
Exactly. You can only wear a mask so long without losing your identity. Right. Absolutely.
And when you're chasing the Joker for your career, right? And he brings you to the edge, to the
breaking point,
the hypothetical edge of the cliff on a consistent basis. And, it's either kill him and end it forever.
Yes.
Or don't break your rule and allow him to keep terrorizing and put him back in jail just for him to get back out.
Yep.
And I think that alone is enough to make anyone go insane.
Exactly. How long, hypothetically, you're a child, right? And something complete life-changing trauma comes your way in the form of your parents being murdered in front of your eyes. You grow up, you train as a ninja, you inherit $1 billion company. You come back, you dress up as a bat, and you start fighting criminals who are all like psychologically based, right? Like these are most of Batman's rogue gallery are not super metahumans. They're just the criminally insane on a whole nother level. Then you spend 10 years of doing that. Then come to find out people like Superman exist. Now you join the Justice League. Yeah. Now you're surrounded by metahumans and gods, literal gods. Shazam and Wonder Woman are literal gods.
Very much so.
You're surrounded by that. And if you look into all the Justice League stories and all the different things Batman's been through, he's been sent to other dimensions. He's had in the Dark Knight Metal run right now, all these alternate versions of him are appearing and he has to fight them. He's been a Black Lantern. He's been a Yellow Lantern. I mean, after everything, he's just a guy. There's no way in hell his mental stability is still intact after being through the sheer shock is enough to drive any man insane.
I would always say that this is something they missed in the movies. They always talk about Batman's physicality. You know, he's mastered all these martial arts and fighting. But I've always said, remember, he's called the world's greatest detective. The idea was that he's supposed to be like Sherlock Holmes. I would say that Batman's greatest asset is his mind. In some ways, he's like kind of like Tony Stark. Not the cocky part of it, but he's an incredibly intelligent person. And this is where I was going back to what I was saying about like the idea of keeping your mind in control, getting into the Eastern philosophy that is so vaguely, spread out in Batman comics, is that he controls his mind. He is arguably, out of the entire Justice League, the man or woman, either one, to keep his wits about him. And that's what makes him so cool. Because in a gallery of supernatural beings, metahumans and gods, the human is the one who keeps his cool the most, arguably more than Superman.
Absolutely.
And if you read like the Injustice story, we were talking about that.
Yep.
How Superman loses it when Lois Lane dies. Batman still doesn't. He's like, no, you still can't kill the Joker.
Yep. Batman's been through countless deaths. He's been through countless deaths that are very similar to Superman losing Lois, and he never snapped off of that. But how can you snap something that's already broken? Yeah. Batman, I can say with confidence, Batman was broken a long time. The only way you can remain so calm and cool in such a scenario, a god trying to murder your arch nemesis, and keep a cool head as to how to try to stop this god from murdering a guy. To keep a cool head like that, you have to be devoid of emotion. You can't feel the way normal people feel and still be able to come across something like that with a cool mind. You have to be disconnected. So I'm pretty sure Batman's been broken a long time ago, and now he's just empty. I think we're looking at a vessel, a doll, if you will.
I'm going to give you a different interpretation. Again, because of this whole idea, neither I'm right or you're right. You, Justice, could write your interpretation of the character and it is correct. I could write mine and it is correct. I always thought that Batman, it's not that he can't connect with people. He doesn't want to, because when he gets close to people and they die, it's reliving the death of his parents. He lost it with Jason Todd.
Yep.
To give you an example, it's like, remember when you had like your first relationship with a girl, whether it was in high school or college, or whatever, and then you guys break. At the time, you're like, this is it. And then you guys break up. And then there's this period where you're so afraid of feeling that again, you kind of keep people at a distance. You're like, oh, so-and-so would be perfect for you. And you come off as callous. It's not because you don't want to be with someone. It's just that you're kind of afraid of that heartbreak happening again. I think that the core thing of Batman is there are two ways to look at him. Is he doing this because he's trying to get vengeance for what happened to his parents? Or is he trying to make sure this never happens to anyone else again?
Yeah.
And those are two different ways of looking at Batman, because if he doesn't want it to happen to anyone else ever again, then there is part of him that cares about Gotham. He cares about the poor, the people who are the victims of crime.
Yep.
but he himself doesn't want to get too connected. Even when
Yeah.
he talks to Alfred, Alfred is pretty much his father.
Yeah.
He's known Alfred longer than you know, but he will talk to Alfred in this kind of Downton Abbey, you're my butler way. And he doesn't want to get too close to him. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to get too attached, whether it's to Catwoman,
But he
whether
is.
it's to Dick Grayson. I don't think it's as he's
Yeah.
empty. I think he's
Yeah.
afraid of
Okay.
getting close to someone and then losing someone. And
Okay.
it's not that I'm right or you're right. Both of us are right and could write
Yeah.
our entirely different stories about the character. That's why
So-
he's so fascinating.
But I think, Jack, you're more on point than I am as far as what has actually been written in the stories we get, because they just came off a whole line of Batman stories where his relationship with Catwoman, with Selena Kyle, and they were about to get married and some more. But so my idea is just based off of not what anybody has written, because what's been written is more yours. It's there. He's afraid. But from what I can tell, and my understanding on how the human mind works and how human emotion works, is that's the only conclusion I can come to, that this man no longer feels the way we feel, because you just no normal person with normal running emotion and feeling could bear such weight on their shoulders without absolutely collapsing.
And you know what? You may be right, because now you're kind of convincing me that maybe at some point, okay, when he first starts as Batman, it's one thing. And I always compare the Batman to the Punisher. Like if you read early Punisher, he kills bad guys because they need to be killed. But at some point, he disconnects. He stops caring. Like even when he sees someone like in need, well, Punisher is a little too far, but maybe at some point Batman has to totally disconnect in order to do his job objectively. You may be right. And like I said, Frank Miller, I gave this example when we were talking before, not today, but earlier. You read Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, Year One, and All-Star Batman. Those are three very different interpretations of the Dark Knight, written by the same author years apart, and all three of them are right, and all three of them could be wrong. He's such a fascinating character. But yeah, you're right. Like, eventually Superman marries Lois Lane. Eventually, Barry Allen marries, what is her name? Iris.
Iris West.
Batman, they try to set him up with Catwoman a lot, but he almost got married. It's almost like he can't be happy, because if he were to become happy, he would stop being Batman, and
exactly
might be addicted to being Batman.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
is he's addicted? He has mental issues where he's addicted. I mean, even in his older age, and like the Dark Knight Returns, he can't give it up. And he, like, who brings an orphan kid in? So, like with the Bat family, like who does that to a kid?
Yeah,
brings them in.
Yeah.
So to seek vengeance on the person that killed their parents. And I get it, right? You took the kid in because you see a little bit yourself in him.
Yep.
But like he also constantly is saying like, don't be like me, or
but you give him a costume.
But you give this young kid a costume with bright colors so he can take fire for you.
We have to put Robin in context. We have to put Robin in context.
I just saw that the other day. They were saying that why does Batman wear all black, but Robin's in bright yellow and red, so he could be a human shield.
So you take fire, and then he comes out of nowhere. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so funny to me.
When they created Robin, this is around I think it was 1940. They wanted Batman to have a sidekick to appeal to children. Mind you, this is still when Bill Finger and Bob Kane were writing Batman. He was
the legend.
Yeah. They need an excuse to have a kid, because if you understand Batman somewhat, the very idea of Robin makes no sense.
No,
Why
not
would
at all.
ever take a child? Okay, at least in the Schumacher movie, Robin is like 20, 21, like he's older, Okay, he's an adult.
Same thing with Nolan.
And same thing with Nolan, or even the Tim Burton Batmans. They didn't want to do Robin. They were like, why would this guy who spent
it doesn't add up. Yeah,
it doesn't add up.
The only one who does add up is Damian. The only reason Damian adds up because he was raised by the League of Assassins. So naturally, when he comes back, he's like, yo, I want to be a part of this. But Dick Grayson Dick Grayson,
The
there's
very
no excuse for
concept-
that. You had the means of raising this kid as a normal child. More than the means. This kid could have lived a beautiful life, but instead you put him in a bright costume and had him go fight giant crocodile men and Mr. Freeze and a penguin with you. You know what I'm saying? And then Jason Todd, it was beaten and murdered to death. Now, they say it's because of his own careless recklessness, right? Because Jason Todd was that like over eccentric, he would jump, right into action kind of thing. But that still 100% falls on Batman. That's still 100% your fault. Jason Todd was stealing the Batmobile's tires when he decided to recruit him.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
This is why, whether in film or even the video games, the best, or even in the comics, that's not to say there aren't some good comics with Robin, Batman is always at best on his own.
Yeah.
Because now writers are trying to figure out, okay, here's this character we've kind of figured out. He would never have a kid with him. But in the 1940s or 1939, 1940, he had a kid sidekick. We got to figure this stuff out. Yeah. The idea of Robin, okay, at least with Batgirl, you could maybe make the case that she became Batgirl on her own.
On her own. No, she did. She absolutely did.
And
so it's not like Bruce Wayne's fault.
Yeah.
I think even Robin's better off on his own. Whether it's Nightwing or Red Hood.
Yeah. Or Red Robin.
Yeah. I think those are better developed stories and
absolutely.
And I enjoy them more because it makes more sense to me. And I can't say this enough. Batman, right? I'll always love it. And I'll always love Batman and Robin. Everyone always knows Batman and Robin. But I do think there was some like this person, if it existed, like where is the line between the Batman and the Joker?
Killing. That's why Drizzle just said it. All right. So please, for God's sake, Zack Snyder, take note. For God's sake, he just said it. Where is the line between Batman and Joker? Because we can barely see it. Killing. That is the line. Batman has said it on several occasions. This is the only thing that separates him from them. Killing. That's it.
I don't agree with you because if Batman is in a situation, if Batman is in a situation with Jim Gordon, and Jim Gordon draws his weapon and fires and kills a Joker, at no point are we like, why would Jim Gordon do that? We're like, well, he's a cop. I'm not saying Batman should kill, but like, remember what I was saying earlier? It depends on your interpretation of the character. For some reason, Tim Burton and Zack Snyder took the character to the point where he could kill. Even if it's a violation of the character, I'm kind of okay with the fact that that's how they interpret that character. Right, in the comics. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos with people saying, oh, Batman has killed in the comics, and he did. In like 1939, 1940, 1941.
Yeah, he did.
But he is not a killer. He is not the Punisher. He's not like, or even Wolverine, who do kill.
Yeah, exactly.
But I get where Zach was coming from. I get where Tim Burton was coming from. And it's interesting about the Tim Burton movie. Batman doesn't kill until the third act of the movie. But that also has to do with audience expectations of a hero.
Are you talking about when he kind of like kicked dude, like dude was hanging on to the top of the tower thing, and Batman just kind of.
I'm talking about when he blows up the factory. He takes the Batmobile into the Joker's factory and blows it up.
So this is leading to my next point. How you can't face somebody on so wickedly conniving and just straight criminal mastermind like the Joker without being some way, shape, or form on the same mind length of this guy. Batman and Joker's similarities run so much deeper than people seem to realize. And that's why I say killing is the only line that separates Batman from Joker, because they really are. Batman is just as conniving. He's just as
he has to be.
Exactly. He's just not like maniacal about it, but he very much does have the same kind of thought process that these criminals have. How else could you, for example, how could he solve Riddler's so like intricate and crazy schemes and puzzles that he puts out without being somewhat on that same kind of wavelength? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to very horribly quote Sun Tzu, but it's in his Art of the War. If you know your enemy, you need not fear the outcome of 1,000 battles. How is Batman so good? He has to know how they think.
Yes.
And that's why Batman, you're right. And it's always cool with the Joker, because with the Joker, there's no canon on who he was, and they should leave it that way. But you know that both men at some point had something bad happen to them. And at both points, they made a choice. And Batman, with his wealth and maybe his parents' teachings, decided to do something good about it. We don't know who the Joker was, but maybe he was poor. Maybe he was destitute. Something bad happened to him. In the Killing Joke, the death of his pregnant wife. In the Joker movie, it's, him being treated like crap, but like something happened. And at some point, they just want to a good hero. That you have two heroes, male or female. Something happened to them, and what choice they made at that moment.
Yes.
Is everything.
Yes.
And if you want to outsmart the Riddler, the Joker, or Bane, you have to think like a villain. You have to think like them, and that's what Batman is. He's a thinker. He's intelligent. He's smart. That's his asset, not his physicality. Although his physicality is incredibly important.
Yeah.
So who do you think keeps Batman from becoming the Joker in the comic books, in the movies?
Who?
I think it's
Alfred.
Alfred, right?
Yeah, I give it to Alfred.
Would be his anchor.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
Towards his anchor from going too far.
Absolutely. Yes, I 100% agree. Alfred, on many occasions, has Batman come back bloody, beaten, and just torn down, beyond fixing, if you ask me. But Alfred was the one. He's always been the one there to help him out of this. Arguably Dick Grayson as well, but I would give it to Alfred.
So what we're saying, or what you and I have come to the conclusion is just as important as Batman is to a Batman movie or comic or TV show, Alfred is to the project.
Absolutely. And I think Jeremy Irons was wasted so much. I always forget this man's name, and I feel so disrespectful forgetting his name. Christopher Nolan's Alfred.
Michael Caine.
Oh,
Thank you, Sir Michael Caine.
Sir Michael Caine.
Sir Michael Caine. This man, I think Nolan, if anybody captured Alfred correctly, it was Nolan. Absolutely. Jeremy Irons, not even close.
That Batman himself thinks he's his own anchor, but it is actually Alfred.
Right.
Whether he wants to admit it or not. He likes to think that, I got this.
Yeah. Well, you can't show weakness.
But actually, it is Alfred.
You can't show weakness in that position.
Have you guys ever seen, there was a 3D show made by Cartoon Network. It looked like Toy Story, kind of, like with the graphics. Beware the Batman. That explored the Alfred Batman.
Yeah, but it doesn't really look like Toy Story, but I do know what show.
You know what I mean? Like I said, that 3D.
Yeah.
And that series really explored the relationship between Batman and Alfred in a way I hadn't seen before. At least it fully fleshed it out. And it goes back to Ty's point, without Alfred, maybe he does become a serial killer. Or he blows up the Joker, and
he just would have been broken a long time ago.
Do you think Andy Serkis is going to do a good job?
Yeah.
Yes. I think as of late, and I think Jeremy Irons, this was also the intention. I think Snyder and Matt Reeves are trying to go for the badass version of Alfred, right? That he's ex-English special ops, and he was a straight badass back in his day. Yeah, like in Gotham. Yeah, that's
also there is a show called Pennyworth, and that's the background. That's where they went with that too.
Yeah. See. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
By the way, I actually like Jeremy Irons Alfred as I didn't Michael Caine. I liked him a lot because he is actually, at least in Batman vs Superman, fighting Batman on every step. He's like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Every step of the way, and it's not till the end that Batman realizes it. But I actually like Jeremy Irons Alfred.
So I like Michael Caine. I like Michael Caine a lot.
Michael Caine is good too,
because he serves as the anchor. Jeremy Irons was more, just like I said before, just that badass version of Alfred. There is no I couldn't imagine Ben Affleck's Batman going to Jeremy Irons and Jeremy Irons being that comfort, being that pull him back. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see that. Like it doesn't fit Michael Caine. It does.
Yeah, I just don't.
At some point, Batman always goes to a point that even Alfred can't pull him back from. You know,
Yeah.
We see that in The Dark Knight Rises. We see it in Batman versus Superman. Like Alfred can only.
But yeah, that was really fun. I think maybe we should do another spotlight in the future.
Absolutely. So I had an idea of
like a psychology thing.
So I had an idea of going through. So I picked the Green Lantern, right? But so I wanted to explore the Lantern Ring, right? Or I was also thinking Mjolnir, but mainly the Lantern Ring, right? What specifically qualifies you to be chosen as a lantern, and why people like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman were never about them? What did they do? What specific examples as to why they wouldn't be worthy of being a lantern or wielding Mjolnir?
I like that.
I like Captain America is the only other one. I mean, there's plenty, but for example, say Captain America is the only other one who's lifted Mjolnir, right? Just for example,
Comics and film.
Yeah, and well, no, there's plenty in the comics.
Theory,
there's plenty in the comics.
Black Widow.
Beta Ray Bill. I mean, there's plenty that listen Mjolnir.
Yeah.
But like, for example, say Captain America is the only one, right? Why isn't people like Spider-Man, Tony Stark's worthy, etc.?
I can tell you why Tony Stark's not worthy.
Yeah. Why isn't Bruce Banner worthy? You know, these are all good people. They're all heroes at the end of the day. So what is it about them that makes them unworthy?
All right. So everyone in the comments today, everyone watching this video, let us know what you guys want us to do next Sunday. We'll either do the Green Lantern ring idea, or we'll do Mjolnir, and we'll kind of do what we did today, just based on what he just said. We'll do Thor's hammer, or we'll do the Green Lantern ring next spotlight. So that's really all the time we have for you guys today.
We love you. Thank you for watching. Again, you know, we plugged earlier. Book, Snapchat,
What is that?
Damn near everything. We're on every platform you could possibly think of. Any platform you can listen to a podcast, we are present. It's Pop Culture Corner under Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. If you want our personal accounts, mine is on IG and Snapchat is big_drip. That's 2 I's 01. Tyler Roberts is Light Drizzle on all those platforms. Get Jack's 141 is what Jack, you're on Facebook, Insta, Snap, all that, right?
Everything, yeah.
Okay, so you come follow us, guys. Constantly hitting you with the memes and the shower thoughts. This one hits you with breaking news, and this one does a combination of the both. So you're getting
give us feedback. Give us feedback. People, please. If you don't like something, tell us, please.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. For God's sakes, we say it all the time. We want you involved.
I think we're going to have Mark Pellegrino take us out today.
Oh, we can do that. I love it.
But we'll do it first.
We do it for you.
We do it for the culture.
We do it for you, and we do it for the culture.